A lot of cool things to get to today, a lot of announcements, and then a really cool project that you're going to have 2 weeks to work on. That we're going to just walk through it today so everybody knows exactly what you're supposed to do. We'll, of course, present our jobs for this week, and we'll take a look at our schedule and go from there. But before we get started, anybody have um, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. All right, Kitty, you're gonna have to go on the ground. He was bothering me. Sorry. Okay. When we're taking a look at book clubs, what are our goals? What are the main goals that we have that we've been working on this whole time? Here's a hint. You're looking at them. So I'll get
Critical thinking?
Yes, to think critically, exactly. And that is by our discussion questions. A lot of times those are critical thinking type questions. And then just, looking at the way people present their different jobs, like illustrator, for instance. What a person chooses to illustrate, we can think critically about why they chose that and that part of the book. Okay, another goal that we obviously have is to communicate with each other. We're getting a little braver each week. Got to keep working on that. Collaboration, collaborating with each other, and we are just basically together getting to the theme of the novel and the main ideas. And then creativity, this project that you're going to be doing. Well, your book club jobs, you have to use a little creativity, but this project that you're going to be doing for your final assignment is going to use a lot of creativity. It's kind of fun. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. We're going to jump into presenting our work. So we will go to our book club site. And after we are done presenting our jobs for this week, I'm going to take you to this section called assessments, and we're going to walk through, how you're going to be graded and those kind of things. I remember at the very beginning, I didn't have much here because we had just started. Well, today we have more to look at, so we'll get there in a minute. For now, let's go down to our schedule. We'll go to the bridge of Teribithia or bridge to Teribithia. Okay. So one thing I'll point out, just now that everybody is here and taking a look at it together, today is February 11th. Notice that next Monday would be February 18th, but there again, we have one of those Monday holidays, President's Day. So we do not have a book club VC on next Monday. That's why we had that extra one last week. Yeah, so today you're going to have, we're going to go through all of the jobs that you see, listed under the 11th. And then you're going to notice that on 225, which is 2 weeks from now, all of you have the exact same job, and that's going to be our final project. Okay, so backing up though, let's go back to today, which is the 11th, and we'll start with our summarizer. Let's see. That would have been Nicholas, and he did send me something in my email, so you'll have to give me a second to pull that up actually. But let's just jump ahead and go to the discussion director because oftentimes those questions can kind of help us summarize together. So Jacob, are you going to email this to me? Would you like to pull it up on your screen? How would you like to do this, Jacob? I'm waiting for him to reply in the chat. If you're willing to just pull it up on your screen, I will read the questions for you. Looks like he's thinking. Jacob, while you kind of figure out which way you'd like to go with this, if you'd like to email it to me or pull it up on your screen, we're going to move on to somebody who has their stuff just like ready or whatever. So Let's see here. Do I have any volunteers to go first? Any volunteers? How about you, Josh? Because I know you did it, and uh, and I think this would be a good place to start.
Okay.
Okay, is it up on your screen?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna make you the presenter, Josh. We'll start with you. I know I have TJ's too in my email, so I'll pull his up next. But for now, we'll go to Josh. All right, so Josh was our connector. Yep, go ahead. There it is. Now we can see it. Okay, so Josh, go ahead and read your first connection for us.
It said you're always busy, and it reminds me of a book I read called No Dogs Allowed.
Oh, okay. So that is a text to text connection. That's great because oftentimes we have kids who really focus on the text to self connections, but this is a text to text. And what was it that reminded you of that book, No Dogs Allowed?
Um, as it said when Kate in the book was taking care of the dog,
Uh-huh.
she said she was busy and to do schoolwork to her friend, so she couldn't come over. And that's what Leslie said. You're always busy.
Yeah, that's great. I'm so glad that you remembered that those two parts of the books were very similar. That's good. And can you read your second connection for us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It said, "Where did you learn that, Jess? It reminded me of my brother who knows stuff I don't."
Okay, so where did you learn that, Jess? And it reminds you of your brother. So that what type of connection is that?
Um,
That would be a text to self, right? Because that reminds you of your own
mhm.
brother. Do you have like a specific example?
No.
But you just know that that happens. A lot of times your brother knows things that you
Mhm.
don't. Maybe it's because he's in sixth grade and you'll get there. All right. Any other connections that you guys might have made while you were doing your own reading? Okay, well, that's fine. We will move on. Nicholas, welcome. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're here. Okay. So, Nicholas, I'm going to go ahead and make my screen the presenter again so that we can see the schedule. Nicholas, you were the summarizer. Did you have a chance to do your summary?
Um, I didn't. I mean, not really. I usually have a lot to do. I mean,
Okay. So,
um,
do you remember what chapters you read and maybe can just verbally tell us a little summary?
um,
What was the most important thing that happened that you read about?
well, I missed the VC last week, so
Okay, yes, you did. Did you have a chance to watch the recording? Because I always post the recordings.
no, I didn't.
Okay, well, the guys, this is part of your grade. I'll just kind of remind you of that. But does anybody else want to just maybe speak up for Nicholas and tell him, maybe the most important thing that happened while you were reading these last two chapters? Just even one event. Whew, okay, so we're quiet again today. We were kind of like this a few weeks ago, very quiet and kind of tuned out. We did really well last week when we had our book club VC. So I was hoping that, we would come with the same kind of momentum, but hopefully this final project will get you excited, and it actually is a ton of fun. So you'll have 2 weeks to do that, and we will walk through that in a second. I just was hoping that everybody would come today with their job. Um, Autumn is having a little bit of problems with her. Yeah, she's offline right now. She's having problems with her audio, so we'll have to come back to Autumn. We're going to skip ahead to somebody who consistently always does their work and does a great job, and it really makes me proud. We're going to go to TJ, who was our quotable quoter. So I'm sure when we look at this, this will remind several of you of the parts that you did read. Okay, so, and what I really like about how he did his job this week is he actually typed out the sections from the book, because a lot of times, kids forget to bring their book and that kind of thing. So instead of having to flip to the page, we can see it right here in front of us. Okay, so here is a good part that TJ found on page 98. And he picked it because he thought it was kind of funny. So I'll go ahead and read it for you. That night, as he started to get into bed, leaving his light off so as not to wake the little girls, he was surprised by Maybelle's shrill little Jess! How come you still awake? Jess, I know where you and Leslie go to hide. What do you mean? I followed ya. He was beside her in one leap. You ain't supposed to follow me. How come? Her voice was sassy. He grabbed her shoulders and made her look him in the face. She blinked in the dim light like a startled chicken. Okay, so I think I probably pinpointed the part that was kind of funny. Um, that she had a startled chicken look on her face when he confronted her. Anybody else have any thoughts about that part? Do you like that part? Do you think it's funny? Um, what do you think? And all of your microphones are on, so you can just speak up if you choose to.
Um, I think that's funny.
Yeah, so it was kind of a funny part after kind of a serious thing that happened because him shaking her is kind of serious, but startled chicken is funny. You listen here, Maybelle Aarons, he whispered fiercely. I catch you following me again, your life ain't worth nothing. Okay, okay, she slid back into bed. Boy, you're mean. I ought to tell Mama on you. Look, Maybelle, you can't do that. You can't tell Mama about where me and Leslie go. She answered with a sniffling sound. He grabbed her shoulders again. He was desperate. I mean it, Maybelle. You can't tell nobody. And he let her go. Now, I don't want to hear about you following me or squealing to Mama ever again. You hear? Why not? That's my little girl voice. Because if you do, I'm going to tell Billie Jean Edwards you still wet the bed sometimes. You wouldn't. Boy, girl, you better not try me. All right, so yeah, I agree. That was a good part. And then on page 100, it looks like he found an important part, and it was also a little bit scary. Okay, so I'll read this part. And then there was rain. All March it poured. For the first time in many years, the creek bed held no water, just a trickle, either enough so that they swung across it. It was a little scary looking down at the rushing water below. Okay, so all of a sudden their little stream turned into kind of a rushing, um, I don't want to say river, but yeah. Just took Prince Terrian across, on the inside of his jacket, but the puppy was growing so fast that he might pop the zipper any time and fall into the water and drown. Okay, so I agree, that was kind of a scary part because now all of a sudden this little tiny trickle of water has turned into a gushing stream, and it actually is becoming a little dangerous for them to swing over it. Okay. TJ, fantastic job. I really like those parts, and I love how you typed it onto the screen, made it super easy for us to all look at. Good job. Alrighty, so I am getting a message from Sierra that she Um, uh, is your picture ready, Sierra?
Almost.
Almost. Okay, so she is almost ready to share that. Jacob, let's go back to you. Jake, sorry about that. Jacob, you were the discussion director. Did you, let's check my email, see if I have anything from Jacob. That's not from Jacob. Okay. Okay, so he, all right. Well, let's not worry about doing two jobs next time, Jacob, because let's worry about doing our final project, and that will be enough for me. So, Sierra, while we kind of wait for you to get your picture up and ready, I'm going to go ahead and jump into what our final project is, so that we have enough time to go through it. All right. I want to see in the chat a happy face if you're all ready to go, or a thumbs up if your picture is on, because I want everybody's attention for this part. Okay, Josh, Jacob's ready. Okay. Nicholas, are you there and ready? TJ, are you there and ready? All right. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go jump right into it. Your book club final project, it is due 2 weeks from today. Okay, so not next Monday, but 2 weeks from today. And let's click on this link. It'll take us right to it. Okay, so for just a second, I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys so there's no background noise. The book club final project. I'm going to start here. The due date. Presentations will be during February 25th, scheduled book club VC, so same time on February 25th. If you are not able to attend for some reason, you will need to send the project to me ahead of time. If I don't receive it, it is counted as a 0. You will notice in your weekly work that you have less Lincoln assignments for you to complete so that you have more time to work on this project. The rubric. A rubric means how you're going to be graded. So I'm going to go back to this at the end and we'll look at the rubric at the very end. But just know that it's going to be how you are graded. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Step 1, that's today. Attend the VC. We're going to walk through all of the steps. Okay, so good job so far. Step 2, we're going to log on to something called Edmodo. How many people have heard of Edmodo before? Okay, good. Joshua's heard of it. What Edmodo is think of it as kind of a Facebook for education. So it's kind of fun. It's like a social networking site where you can upload, lots of different educational type of things, and then communicate with your peers, kind of like you do on Facebook. The only difference is it's kind of like Facebook for school. So you need to know what your code is for Edmodo. There's 2 ways that you can get to Edmodo, and I linked it right here. But you're going to notice on your homeroom page, so let me take you to the homeroom page. I'm going to show you where to find it. So give me just a second to get to your homeroom page. And TJ, it looks the exact same in the 6th grade homeroom page. So even though I'm going to the 4th and 5th grade. Okay, here we go. So notice in this top left-hand corner here, it says Edmodo. So you would just click right on that button. And then there's a code. You need this code. It's 94FX11. So you're going to click on it, Edmodo. And then you're going to say, I'm a student. So you do have to sign up as a student, okay? So I'm not going to necessarily walk through all of that because that's kind of a you thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and take you to the page of what it looks like once you do, sign up and have everything ready to go. Okay, so for me, I'm going to sign in and I'll just show you what it's going to look like once you have your account. Okay, so once you have your little free student account and everything, and you have, logged into Edmodo, this is what Edmodo is going to look like. You might not have all of these groups like I do, but you are going to have the one group called book clubs. So you'll at least have that group ready for you. Okay, type into the happy face or type a happy face into the chat if you're with me so far. I just want to make sure I'm not going too fast. Okay. All right, good. So here we are, and you're going to notice I have posted the assignment. It's called the Book Club Final Project. So everything that you see that I'm walking through right now is also posted on Edmodo. And then here is the important part. Well, I have a couple messages for you. Welcome to Edmodo. Look at the folders and find the book you are reading for book club. You can even add images to the folder if you want. So I'm going to take you up to, do you see right here where it says folders? Click on folders. And book club practice is where we're going to go here in a second. I'm going to kind of show you what to do as far as the project is concerned. But when you do your own project, you're going to go down to the one called Bridge of Teribithia or Bridge to Teribithia. And that's where all of your images are going to be. So in just a minute, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go back to our steps. Okay, next step is to search through the folder for your book. Look at the images and choose a couple that you like. And you can even add, here we are, you can also research other images that relate to your book and upload them to the folder. And that's part of your collaborating with classmates. Now, you are going to drag the images you want to use onto your desktop. You're going to be retelling the story of the book and trying to encourage your friends or your peers to read it. So you're going to think critically about which one of the pictures, or I should say, which pictures you want to use. And you're going to use probably, I'd say, about 5. You don't really have room for more than 5. Okay, step 1, give me a happy face if you're with me so far. Okay. Give me an unhappy face if you need me to repeat something or you have a question. Okay, TJ's looking good. Sierra's good. Josh, thumbs up. Okay. Okay, Jacob's good. So we're still on step 1. So I'm going to go back to Edmodo. And remember how I told you I have book club practice and I'm not going to actually use the bridge to Terabithia. We're going to use the story Cinderella. So we're going to pretend that that was the book we read. We read Cinderella together, which obviously is not what we read, but this is just to show you an example. So I'm looking at all of these images. My goodness, there's a ton. Jacob says, oh no, don't worry, this is just an example. This isn't what you really read. Then let's just say Sierra's like, oh my gosh, Mrs. Bruns, you don't have a picture of the gold or the glass slipper on here. So Sierra says, wow, I feel like I'm going to add a picture of the glass slipper. Or let's say Joshua says, oh my goodness, I don't think that there's a good enough picture of the carriage that Cinderella was riding in to the ball. So Joshua is going to go and find a picture, probably off of Google Images, of the carriage ride. And so Joshua would come up here and he would add the picture of the carriage. Now, if you're satisfied with just these pictures, that's fine too. So I'm just gonna say, oh, I want to use this picture. So, oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to look at it. I'm gonna drag it to my desktop because I want to use it. You see how I dragged it to my desktop and there it is? Okay, so I want to use that one. Um, let's see. A dream is a wish your heart takes. Okay, yeah, I like that one too. I think I'm going to use this picture. Okay. Um, I'm kind of telling the story of Cinderella here, so I think it would be important to. Oh, here's that carriage ride. Okay, let's take a look. Eh, I think I like the picture Josh found of the carriage better, but oh well, I'll use this one. And like I said, you're going to have enough room in your project, and I'll show you in a second what your actual project is. You're going to have enough room for probably 5 to 6 pictures. Oh, wow. Okay, here they are dancing at the ball. I think that's pretty important. All right, so we're going to use that one too. And one more. All right, let's just use the happy Cinderella at the end. She's happy. She's a princess. Okay, great. All right. So, give me a thumbs up or a happy face if you saw how I went and chose my images. And I dragged them onto my desktop. Okay? Now, like I said, don't feel like these are the only images that you can use. Like I'm going to go up to, oh, sorry, it's taking a minute here. I'm going to go up to the Bridge of Teribithia so you can see what I have in there so far. So I have a ton of different pictures already. But let's just say Nicholas is looking at the pictures that I chose and he's like, you know what? I think that they really should have a picture of that stream that they had to, swing over. He's going to go and he'll find a picture that he wants to add to this folder and he'll come up here and add the file. If you're satisfied with these pictures, that's fine. Just use these pictures. But if you're looking at this and you're like, wow, Mrs. Bruns really did not find a good picture of the dog, then you can go and find a picture of the dog and add it to the folder. Okay, so here is, okay, Jacob says wait. He wants to know, he has a question. And yes, Jacob asked if we could go onto Google Images. That's where I think you will find probably the easiest images. And you'll just go to Google. I'll kind of show you here. If you go to Google search, and let's just say, Jacob's not satisfied and he wants a picture of a gushing stream. Okay, so he'll go to gushing stream and then he'll click up here on images. And let's just say Jacob thinks, oh, I think I want to use this picture. Then he would just add that to Edmodo. Okay, he can drag it to his desktop and then he would add it to Edmodo. So notice how I am just pushing upload. I'll find that picture of the stream on my desktop. I have a ton of pictures, sorry. All right, where's the picture? There it is. There's the picture of the stream, and he'll add it to this folder for us. Okay. All right. So yes, he said that that is pretty easy. All right, that is step 1. Give me a thumbs up or a happy face if you're good with step 1. Step 1's pretty easy. It's kind of fun. It's basically using, kind of like Facebook for kids to look at these pictures of the bridge to Terabithia. Okay. Step 2 is really cool. Step 2 is going to Animoto. How many people have heard of Animoto before? No one. Oh, this is cool. Okay, Jacob has. This is where you get to make a free 30-second movie using the images that you decided, and here are my images of Cinderella. So you're going to use those images that you decided to use to make a short movie. So let's go to Animoto. Good, Jacob. If your brother uses it, then you can for sure figure it out. Now, you can see that I already have an account, but you will just, okay, let's see. Let me try to sign out and show you how to get a free account. Okay, so you're going to go to sign up, and then you'll enter all of your email. And you know what, guys, I would use the same password that you use for school, and then you'll just sign up. Okay, and it's free, don't worry. So I'll go ahead and log in since I'm um, already a member. Oh, it's not invalid. Why is it being silly? Oh, okay. All right, let's try one other password. If not, I'll just... See, this is why you guys should always use the same password, because when you don't, oftentimes you will forget it. All right. Okay, so, oh, geez. Let's just sign up for a new one. That's fine. All right, let's use... So this is what you guys will do using your school accounts. And it doesn't take long to sign up and get a free account, so okay. Okay, here we are. So you're going to notice that most of these backgrounds for your movie are free. The 30-second movie is free. Oh, wow, and I see this Coming Up Roses. To me, that seems like it'll be really good for Cinderella. So I want to choose this rose one. So I'll just pick on this one. And notice right here it says I want to purchase the video or just make a 30-second free one. You want to make a 30-second free one. Okay, so you just click right here. Yay! Welcome to Animoto. You can learn more. Let's go ahead and click through this. It's really short.
To get started creating your Animoto video, choose a style and click Create. On the left, you'll see all of the elements you need to make an awesome video. Click Choose Music to upload a song from your computer or browse our collection. When you've picked your music, move on to adding photos and/or video clips. Upload them from your computer or pull them from the web. Add some text and use the tools on the right to adjust your images. Click and drag the tiles to place them in order. Your video will end when your images run out or when the song ends, whichever comes first. To help predict which ones will make it into your video, a box will appear around the items. If you need to fit more into your video, try choosing a longer song. Up top in Advanced Settings, give your video the finishing touches. When you're all set, click Produce Video, sit back, and relax. We'll email you when your video is ready to watch and share.
All right, so on February 25th, that's what we're going to be watching, are all of your Animoto videos. So let's just make one with my little Cinderella pictures. So I don't want to change the style. I liked my roses in the background for Cinderella, but I want to change my music. Oh, look, love and romance. That just totally fits Cinderella. So let's see. Let's see what this song is all about. When you come to something waiting. Okay, I hate that song. Let's try this one. That doesn't remind me of Cinderella either. Let's try this one. Okay. All right, I can deal with that song. Now, if you have your own song from iTunes, as long as it's appropriate, you know what appropriate music is, you can use your own song, and I'm totally fine with that. Now, we've done the first two steps. See the green check mark? That means we're done with those two steps. Look how easy this is, guys. It's really, really pretty easy. Now we got to add pictures. So, remember all of those pictures that I dragged to my desktop of Cinderella? Well, those are the ones I'm going to use. So if you do have them on Instagram or Photo Bucket, that's fine. Or we could just upload the pictures from, guess where? My desktop. And I'm going to go and find, okay, here's Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella. Okay. I don't want to use the bubbling stream because that was for the other book. Okay. And one thing that I should have done is found a picture of the book cover. Like I should have found the picture of the book cover of Cinderella. That would have probably made this better. But that's okay. And actually we have room. See how this empty box is here? That tells us that I have room for one more picture. So I'm just going to pretend that this bubbling stream makes sense, even though it really doesn't in Cinderella. Okay. All right. Oh, I got to upload one more picture. Sorry. No, no, I want to use the light plan. Sorry. See, this is what will happen. You'll click around on some things and, oh, see, I clicked on upgrade. I thought that said upload. Oops. I guess I need to go back and fill that one space. So I'm going to pretend that that one picture of the bubbling stream has anything to do with Cinderella. And there we go. Look up here, guys. Notice that I have only used 24 seconds out of 30 seconds. So if I was really good, I would go and find one more image of the title or the cover of the book. So I would go and find one more picture. I'm not going to do that now. Let's just pretend that that's enough. Now I can add text. Cinderella. The subtitle meets her charming prince. Okay, so that's what I want to use. I think that should probably go first. And then I'm going to look at the order of my pictures. Okay, yeah, there's Cinderella before she becomes a princess. That's good. Then it looks like she becomes the princess. That's good. Wait a minute. I think Dancing with the Prince should go first. This one right here where it says, a dream is a wish your heart makes. I think that's good because she's making a dream or dreaming with her heart. She meets her prince, then she becomes princess. Oh, look, I can add a caption. Cinderella is finally a princess. Okay, so that's kind of how you're going to tell the story. I'm going to add a caption here. Cinderella is mistreated by her stepmother. Okay. So you get the point. You can go through and just basically add captions to all of those. Now let's preview the video. Now guys, I did this really fast. You guys are going to have 2 weeks to do it, so it's going to be much better, I'm sure, than mine, but I just wanted to show you, okay, what it kind of looks like. All right, so it's generating. It's getting ready to show us what we quickly created. Takes just a second, and here we go. Oh, it's hilarious. All right. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if that Animoto making a video was pretty easy looking. Kind of fun and easy. Jacob thought that was pretty funny. Okay. It was. It was pretty cheesy, but I had to use a story like Cinderella that everybody's heard before. Okay. Nicholas liked it too. All right. So on the final project, your step 3 is just to play your video on 225. So that's all you're going to have to do is play your video. So let's back up really quick and look at how you're going to be graded. So we'll go and just figure out how you're graded. All right. Okay, so remember how I told you to go to assessments, and that's going to show you how you're graded. Click down here, summative assessment. Summative means at the end. So here's one way you're going to be graded, your participation in all of the book clubs. But here is the book club final project. So your Animoto and Edmodo project. This is how you're going to be graded. Were you aware of your audience? Was your presentation 30 seconds long? And of course, you want to get 4s. That's your highest score. Did you choose good pictures that represented your book? Did you choose an emotional soundtrack that made sense with your story? Okay, so don't worry, this is not going anywhere. You're able to find this rubric right from our book club site. Okay, so it's always going to be there for you, so you know how to get the highest score, basically. Okay. All right, guys, are there any questions on your final project? Does it look pretty fun?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Good, good. And guess what? You have 2 weeks to do it. You do not, let's go to our schedule. You do not have any other book club jobs. Notice that on February 25th, everybody is just going to have a final project, and that's it. Okay?
Do I read the rest of the chapters this week?
Yeah, you're going to have to finish the book so that you're, completely done with the book, and then you just have your final project, and you have 2 weeks to do it. So, all right, Jacob's excited. This is going to be fun. Yay!
The 2 times you said click here, I can't remember where you clicked.
Oh, where you click for what?
To get to Edmodo and...
Oh, okay. Like this actual book club final project thing. I have actually shared this with you in your email. I can share it with you again if you'd like. It's also on today's agenda. So if you have the agenda, which is also in your email, so just go to your email, Nicholas, and I am pretty sure that you're going to see the book club VC agenda and the book club final project because I shared them both with you. So, okay.
Also,
Yeah.
The assignment in language arts with another person.
Oh, yes, the collaboration project. Uh-huh.
What is that? What are we doing in that?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. That one's actually really easy. Yes, Sierra, go ahead and get your picture up on your screen, and I'll make you the presenter here in just a second, okay? I want to talk a little bit about something totally different, what Nicholas is asking about right now, which is that collaboration project with the people from that other school. I'm going to pull it up right now. Nicholas, did they email you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So they should have, here it is. Did they fill out a slide with, here it is.
Yeah, when I tried to look at it, it was completely blank.
Okay, so then you can go ahead and be the first person to write on it, and that's totally fine. All you need for slide 1 is just a little bit about you. You need a photo of yourself, your grade level, your hobbies and your interests, and your favorite subject. And just one slide. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and then once you get to slide number 2, then you're going to talk about your schools. But just do slide 1 first. And if your partner hasn't done it, go ahead and be the first person to do it, and that's fine.
Well, he sent me a 5-slide thing, but it looked blank.
Oh, well, yeah, then that means he hasn't added his information yet. So you just be the first person to add your information.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine. All right, guys. And those should not take you very long. I mean, really, it should take you maybe like 5-10 minutes to put a picture of yourself, say what your grade level is, and so
Is that all we're doing?
that's all you're doing for slide one, yes. For slide two, you're going to put a little information about your school, and then so on and so forth. But you have like a week to do like one slide. So,
Okay.
yeah. All right, Sierra, go ahead and hold up your picture. She had her picture done. Go ahead and describe what you drew.
Um, well, I added it as where they were doing the okay, I'm glitching. Where they're gonna swing and the river's really strong, and and Jess is thinking, I don't want to go. Dang it. And Leslie's over here thinking, come on, Jess, with her dog and him.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's an important part of the book. It's an important thing to know that that stream has turned dangerous. So, all right, guys, make sure
Dun
you
dun dun.
dun dun dun. Yes, make sure you finish reading your book. Go ahead and make sure you look in your email for the agenda from today, as well as the final project that I shared with you, and you'll be able to click on everything you need to click on through there to get started. Yay, Jacob's clapping. All right, guys. Yes, I can hear you. You're not muted anymore, but let's say goodbye to each other. Give each other a wave.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Have a good one. I'll see you Thursday for math. Bye.